Hi guys, it's Crystal, the founder of Bold Kulture Beauty, a two-time award-winning blog and your first stop when you're looking to simplify your healthy hair routine. Today, we're taking a closer look at tightly coiled curls. We know that curls come in many different shapes and sizes. The size, how big or how large your curl is, can often determine how tight your coil is as well. We also know that beyond its size, there are certain structural characteristics that make tightly coiled curls slightly different than waves, looser curls, and straight hair. While the general principles of hair care can be applied to all degrees of kinks, curls, waves, and coils, it is important to remember that tightly coiled curls tend to be more fragile and often require special care when manipulating the strands. Today, we're taking a closer look at tightly coiled curls and simple steps to help make that hair thrive. So, grab a pen and grab a friend, and let's take a closer look at tightly coiled curls. Alright, so let's jump right into discussing some key characteristics of tightly coily hair. Tightly coily hair can sometimes lack moisture. Our scalp produces its own oil called sebum, which is designed to travel the length of the strand to provide lubrication and moisture to the hair. Because tightly coily hair does have a lot of kinks and curves and bends in it, sometimes that sebum cannot travel the length of the hair. Couple that with the fact that environmental influences, product buildup, and lifestyle can also affect the hydrations of your hair, and you often wind up with hair that is severely lacking hydration. How do we fix it? Well, simple. Instead of running to heavier oils and butters to provide the look and feel of hydration to your hair, seek to routinely cleanse your hair and your scalp to help remove excess buildup and allow that moisture and hydration to come into the strands. Hydration comes from water, and routinely washing the hair will actually allow your hair to receive more moisture and help to remove any buildup that is actually preventing you from getting the moisture that you desperately need. Another thing to consider is that tightly coiled hair can be fragile. As mentioned before, our tightly coiled hair has a lot of kinks, bends, and waves in it. These points often become points of weakness, which allow the hair to break more easily. Also, manipulating on dry hair or having styles that are too tight can affect the way our hair reacts and often make it more fragile. And couple that with the fact that all those kinks and coils cause our hair to routinely become more tangled, and you can see how fragile our hair can become, especially if we're not manipulating it or handling it appropriately. So how do we fix it? The solution is simple. Always make sure you're routinely trimming and maintaining your hair. This will help to reduce the knots and help to prevent any undue stress on the hair. Make sure that you aren't wearing styles that are too tight. Make sure that when you're detangling your hair, you're detangling on wet hair that has conditioner in it and using a tool. This will also help to reduce any stress or strain that you have on the hair and help to prevent any severe breakage. And always remember that because your hair is more fragile, lower manipulation styles are key for you. Another thing to consider is that tightly coiled hair may not have a shine. I know a lot of times we're always chasing that shine for our hair because we think that shine implies that we have healthy hair. One of the things to consider is that shine is not necessarily an indication of how healthy your hair is. Instead of focusing on having shiny hair, focus on enhancing the health of your hair by incorporating healthy practices and routines into your hair care routine. A lot of the products that we tend to focus on to add shine to our hair may give our hair an appearance of shine, but aren't actually giving our hair any of the nourishment that it actually needs in order to be healthy. So remember, focus on healthy hair care routines like routinely cleansing, routine maintenance, low manipulation, and watch your hair grow and thrive. I think we can all relate to this next point, which is that tightly coiled hair will shrink. Yes, y'all, shrinkage is definitely real, and it affects all of us. Shrinkage can be a sign of healthy hair. Depending on how your hair reacts, when it is wet or when it is dry, and the level of definition, shrinkage could be an indication of health. When our hair is wet, it has the ability to stretch to 50% of its actual length. And unfortunately for some of us, as it dries, it has the tendency to shrink to like half of that length, causing most of us to have some severely shrunken hair that often is the cause of a lot of our frustration on this natural hair journey. The important thing to remember is that shrinkage can be an indication of health. And unlike healthy hair, hair that does not shrink back to its healthy length or lacks definition and is excessively frizzy can oftentimes be damaged and is not necessarily the look that we're actually going for. If you want to see extended length in your hair, consider layering your gels when you're doing your wash and goes, or consider styles like twist outs or knot outs would actually help to lengthen the hair without causing any significant damage. And y'all, this last point is my most favorite. Tightly coiled curls are beautiful. I think a lot of times society suggests that tightly coiled hair is unappealing, it's hard to manage, and it's not something that is beautiful. But I would challenge you to resist the norms of what people think are beautiful and boldly embrace your tightly coiled curls. As a tightly coiled curly myself, I understand how challenging it can be to sometimes feel confident in your own hair. But always remember that your coils are beautiful. Y'all, at Bold Kulture Beauty, it is our mission to empower you to feel beautiful and build confident, knowing that you have the tools that you need to be successful. So remember these 5 tips when you're approaching your tightly coiled hair and learn to focus on making that hair healthy. When you focus on making your hair healthy, it will always thrive. Remember, healthy hair always wins. That's it for our topic for today, but if you want more information on healthy hair care practices that you can incorporate into your hair routine to help your tightly coiled curls thrive, make sure you check us out at boldkulture.com. We have plenty of resources and my brand new ebook, Simple Steps to Healthy Natural Hair Care, that will help you on your journey to healthy, beautiful, tightly coiled curls. So make sure you check us out at boldkulture.com. And as always, y'all, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next week, go boldly.